Howdy, my dudes. Welcome back to Completely Average Gaming. Welcome to Good Company today, a corporate machinery simulator. That's a mouthful. Now, Good Company. I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while now. Mostly because, you know, it's a supply chain logistics mixed with a tycoon type game. You know, Factorio meets Transport Fever, for lack of a better example. I'll take it. I've started on the campaign myself. I figured might not be the way to go for our little endeavor here together. So we're gonna do a free play one. I can recommend the campaign. It is actually quite good, and it has a little bit of a few funny bits in there. But it should be said that it is a bit slow. Now let me just set this up real quick. Alright, so we've gotten a couple of workers in here now. And our setup is done, which is brilliant. We'll have a little look at that in a second, but first of all, we need to design a product which we're going to sell. Now, to begin with, you only have one option. There you go, which is a calculator. You choose what kind of casing it should have, a product, what kind of components it should have, and you have to like fit it inside of the, you can see the box here. Right, you got a couple of parameters you got to watch out for. The display fidelity and battery life is the ones we got to look at right now. But these will change as the market develops, which is a very fun little feature in my humble opinion. It's a little bit annoying if you've set up a elaborate, huge production line and all of a sudden, you know, your product is useless. Then you just have to expand the factory a little bit with a little bit more, well, a little extra modules. That's what you call these little things here. They're called modules, so that you can get it up to the right spec, so to speak. Now let's call this Calc V1 Excelsior. Probably not written right, but who cares? It's a game. There you go. That's going to be our first product. Did I? No, I did make it. Beautiful. We'll set that up right here. Like that. We'll set this one up as well. Now we need to, in order to make anything happen right now, because right now everything is in manual mode except for everything you can see. Hang on, my bad. You can see there's a lot of stuff inputting into here. So all the little dotted arrows right there, or dotted lines, I should say, coming into, can I move it without exiting? There you go. All the dotted lines, all those stations are inputting into this big shelf right here, which is fine, but we got to output it as well to that assembly table and that assembly table. And then these assembly tables need to output it onto the sales palette, I suppose, which is going to be awesome. Now, with this, we'll hopefully make some money. We started with 100K. And we'll see if we can't make it up there again. All right, so we're just about there, almost 100,000 back in the bank. You can see the dollars up here. You can see how much we're making each week, which is awesome. We're into growing, and you can see that we just made 5,000 more bucks, which is excellent. I love myself some green in the morning. Now, there's a couple more mechanics we should talk about before moving too fast forward. I got myself set up a quick little workbench here for myself, myself, and I. Now you can see that I'm out of range, so I can't really craft anything, but there's a easy button right here, move to, there you go, and let's craft that. And then we're going to use that to do some analysis on those simple cases, which is these ones, and then we'll go ahead and research some stuff, because as I said, market goes through phases, and there you go, market progress. Phase 2 of the calculator market has happened. Beautiful. Now if we head on over here, we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll have a look while he is chugging along at those simple cases. We'll have a look at the market. Now, the difference between phase 1 and phase 2 right now is that we also have a desire for processing power. And the maximum price of the calculators have gone up to 666. Now with our current Calc V1, as you can see here, the Excelsior, we have a potential sales of 9 per week. Now we already are actually getting kind of close to that. But if we were to add in some kind of processing power in there, we could up that amount. Or we could reduce the price. That would also do it for us. But no! I want to make as much money as possible. Obviously, adding more components in there will mean that we also incur more costs producing the stuff. So what I think we'll do, we'll actually go for wooden cases first, because I know from experience that wooden cases, hang on, move to and start. There you go. Wooden cases provide us with more research points when we not analyze them than the simple circuits. So that's where we're doing that. Alright, as you can see, we now have access to the wooden cases. I've crafted a few, and we're currently analyzing them in order to get 6 research points per wooden case, which you know, is going to be good and awesome. We can do some more research with that. Now, one thing I didn't mention with the research, we've already done both the wooden case and the simple circuits, is this little icon down in the corner here. You see +2? That is market discovery, and what that goes into is over here. You can see we've unlocked the pocket computer phase now, phase 1, which we are not developing anything for. But you can see here we got a progress bar. Each +2 means we'll get 2 progress here. You can also see that as each product goes through its phases, the calculator is a little past halfway through phase 2 right now, which means that in about 40 days, 45 days, we'll get an automatic +2 as well. So it's not just your research that does it, it's all the things. Both time and research all goes into the same kind of pot there. Another thing is the milestones down here. We've already got milestone 1, which is coming up right here. And then you got, you know, onwards and onwards and onwards. Milestone 2, which is the one I'm mostly looking forward to, is giving us a chemistry table, basic workbench, and an electronics workbench, which is going to be awesome. That makes a lot more sense to be efficient about what you do. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab the battery pack as well. Not really sure, you know, what is needed or when it's needed, but I'm gonna give it a go. Another thing before I skip ahead again is see these little signs on the buildings here? You can buy yourself another building. Beautiful. Now when I did a little bit of a playtest of this, I bought a building which had no incoming buy zone or outgoing zone, so export or import zone. It wasn't what I planned, so I gotta keep that in mind looking at these. I think I bought this one, yeah, which has none. But you can see the square footage or square meters. It's even easier for me, for being from Europe. And I got my eye on this one. I kind of want to buy it, but I think we should probably look into developing a pocket computer first, which we'll do down here. Create new and pocket computer. Wooden case, of course, because what else would you do? Now we do have everything we need, but since we are researching a better battery, I'm thinking we'll wait for that. Even though it's not an expected feature, we'll probably add it in, because I'm got a tingling sensation it will probably come along, in phase 2, maybe phase 3 at some point, and then we might as well have a good battery in there to begin with. Let's just get that cracking. Alright, so a couple of things have happened. Number 1, we've reached our first milestone. You can see it right here. It's done, dusted. We're working on our second one right now, which, unlocks all this good stuff. Beautiful. Additional market demand for the markets, levels 1 and 2. Beautiful. Right here, we reached phase 3 of the calculator, which means that we're actually doing pretty well. It's still 9 in potential sales for calculators. We haven't done any changes to it since we started, so that is, fine and dandy. Just a little extra cash there, and we also reached what's something else? Yeah, we've done some research, which we're now going to put into the pocket computer. There you go. We've already started it, and we're going to add some. We're going to add a LED matrix, I think. LED matrix. There you go. And we'll add a simple circuit as well. Do we put it? Where do we put it? Right around there, I think. We could do with 2 of those, possibly, and we might need a battery too. At least that might be useful. Where'd you put that in there? The heat loss goes up, which affecting drawbacks. Want as little of that as possible, and want as much of expected features as possible. I would have thought a pocket computer needed a battery, but apparently doesn't. So maybe we just skip that. Maximum price is the same. We don't have any other drawbacks. I think we're good. Let's call this the Pocket POC, because that's with a capital C as well, because cool stuff and all that. And I don't know. That's a W. Vinsure. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, finished design. That's our pocket computer. And with that, because we've made a lot of money in between, or a lot is is relative, of course. But we're going to stop doing that for a second. Come over here. I'm not sure if you need to walk over there. No, you don't. There you go. Bought ourselves another warehouse. Now, I kind of wish that you could have like these two in opposite ends and stuff, or that you can move them around, but you can't. Might be coming later. I don't know. It's still early days for this stuff. Now, I kind of maybe we should have waited until we had the second milestone done, so we could have the specialized work tables instead of the tinker table. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. We'll just you know, walk over there for me, please, and then we'll put down one of these just to see what we're working with. Now you need one LED matrix, you need 2 simple circuits, and you need a wooden case. Very well. Let's put down a tinker table or 2 as well. They're not going to stay where they are. I'm just going to have a little quick look-see. There you go. You can't see how long it's going to take to craft until you actually put it down. You can hold over though. 0.67 seconds. That's fine. It's the same for everything. Of course it is. And you needed 2 of the simple circuits. Alright, let's set up a very simple. We need at least those 2. I want to imagine we need electronics parts as well. Electronic parts and circuit board. Alright, so we need the previous parts for these, except for the wooden case. Alright. How should we do this? Let me have a quick little thing. Alright, so this is our setup for now. This is a horrible setup in terms of efficiency of space, but in terms of time, why are you guys alright, apparently everything isn't set up in accordance with the plan, but how do I, there you go. Yep. We'll probably need a few more of those. There you go. Good talk. In terms of space, this is horrible in terms of production ratios, like how long it takes to produce each and every step of the process. This is a perfect setup. You know, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which is fine, but it takes up so much space, and it's not ideal. But the reason why I'm not doing anything more with it right now is because I just want to get to milestone 2 so we can specialize these workstations. And then, you know, instead of doing a elaborate work now in order to fit as much workstations as possible in there right away, I rather want to wait until we have specialized workstations so that we can reduce the time, and then we'll calculate the 1-to-1 ratio then, instead of doing it now. So that's the plan moving forward. All right, we got our first pocket computers ready to ship. Just waiting for the truck to arrive, which is in 30 seconds. Holy smokes, that took a while. It doesn't always take as long, so I would imagine there's some difference either between the zones, or rather buildings that you can buy, or some such. This one is a lot quicker than the one over here. No, oh, it's a difference between cells and or input and output. Gotcha. But that's gonna wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to fling a massive like at it. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, or questions, leave those down below in the comment section. And I've been Average. You've been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Till then, cheerio. Alright, so that's wrapping it up for Good Company today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to fling a massive like at it. Now, I do think that it's going to be a fun game to play. But I do think it's a little bit unbalanced of sorts as of now, because the market phases come very quickly and it's hard to keep up. So, you know, when you first keep up, why not just do it? Put a little extra effort into it in order to not get all the... have to redo all my supply chains all the time. I think that's going to be fun, but I think it's going to require a lot of work. Now, we're going to put up another one in a couple of days, so be sure to check that one out as well. In order to know when that happens, hit that subscribe button down there and the bell next to it. Ding, 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 ding. In order to get notified when the next one goes up. Unless you have done so already, of course, which is awesome. Other than that, leave your thoughts, comments, suggestions, stuff like that down in the comment section. Yeah. Also, I've been Average. You've been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Till then, here we go.